Glad to have you with us from Fort Worth, Texas, today at Amon G. Carter Stadium, and we will see who comes out victorious in the Lockheed Martin Armed Forces Bowl. There's nothing quite like wrapping up a regular season with a bowl victory. It just leaves a good taste in your mouth going into the offseason. As we'll see a team from the Pac-12, the Georgia Southern Eagles, taking on a team from the Mountain West, the Colorado State Rams. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Kickoff team is out there ready to get this bowl game underway. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. So Georgia Southern's offense will start this game off. When your quarterback takes the field, you want him to look just like this guy, exuding confidence.
Yeah, the it factor. He's the man. Nobody questions it. Everybody on this team knows they've got his back, and he's the leader.
Everybody in this stadium also knows the offense goes as this guy goes. He has got to play well today.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Quick strike complete. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line. After picking up this first down on the ground, let's see what they do. Quickly complete. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Big play in the passing game there, and I like the receiver gearing down in the zone. Did a nice job finding the soft spot on defense between the defenders, giving the quarterback an easy target to throw to complete that throw.
There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down.
Tell you what, that's great execution between QB and receiver. They look like they could execute that throw in their sleep. The quarterback took the steps, threw it on time. Great route by the receiver. Nice job securing the catch.
He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, 1st and goal. New center downs right on the doorstep for this offense. On the option. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Eagle! Talk about an offense finding its rhythm early.
So nice to find the end zone early, get that confidence going. The defense is showing exactly what you'd expect them to do. Offense taking advantage. Great start for the offense.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. And close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. Fielded in the end zone, it's Ross. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. So Colorado State's offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. As we take a look at our impact players for this game, David, what do you look for to make an impact from your leaders?
Your leaders not only have to lead the football team, but they got to step up and make plays on the field, keep everybody calm. These guys typically do a really good job of it.
Yeah, David, and they also generally set the tone for their respective football teams. Regardless of which side of the ball they play on, the teammates look towards them to step up in big games like this.
To the air, it's Fowler Nicolosi, trying to get rid of it. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. On 2nd down, they'll take to the air. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd down, going up top. Going over the top. And he makes the grab at the 20. Touchdown, Colorado State. And once he got loose, it was all over. How about that quarterback taking the shot downfield and delivering to the wide open receiver?
I love this quarterback Freeze, because he's aggressive. He wants to take shots. He's looking for every opportunity to show off that cannon, that arm talent. He showed it to all of us right there.
And they pick up the extra point. Kicker knocked it right down the middle. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they light up the scoreboard, covering 65 yards on that touchdown pass. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Georgia Southern has it back, ready to go to work on offense. They'll start this drive with a pass. Works the middle. Moves it out to the 34-yard line. A nice 15-yard gain on that one. Lining up from the 34 on first down. Quick completion on the out. One thing I've noticed from talking to coaches about their approach to bowl games is how many of them use it as a springboard for next season. They try to focus on developing some of the new guys, maybe, that have joined them for the bowl practices.
I mean, you get 15-plus extra practices. You start to play and experience more as young guys. The older guys get a little bit more rest. But, yeah, you're building the future. You're building the foundation. You're working on your technique. And you know what? You also get to have some fun. I think that's important for team building, is having fun at your location, doing the different things together to start to build that unity that will make a big difference in the future.
Yeah, there's a saying in college football that your freshman year, when you get to bowl season, you're no longer a freshman. A lot of players grow up, get the extra practices mentally from a confidence standpoint. You turn the page. I can remember back to my true freshman year, we're getting ready to play Penn State. We had a lot of NFL talent in my freshman class, and everybody just seemed to grow a foot taller. They were playing with a different intensity level that really paid off for us the next year.
On first down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big game.
Looking to the big tight end. Give him 6. Touchdown, Eagle. How about the renaissance of the tight ends? Inline, flexed out, split out. They can do a little bit of everything.
They really can, and they're asked to block a lot of the times, too. But I'll tell you what, all the wide receivers out wide, the fancy toys, the fancy spread. Don't forget about that tight end. He does a little bit of everything, and then you reward the big fella throwing the ball, and he catches. So he really can do a little bit of everything in an offense.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finish it off with a touchdown toss from the 23. The kickoff team out there getting set. Fielded in the end zone. It's Ross. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. We will see what this Colorado State offense can get done this time. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
The Rams moving quickly to the line. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. Ran right through the defender, and now he's still running. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. And the Rams come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll ride the hot hand. Breaks the tackle. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Well, he did everything he could to try to avoid all those defenders, but at the end, it's still a negative play. Tackle for loss.
One defender, then the next one. The blitzing guy got a shot at him. Everybody had a shot. It took a while to get him down.
Yeah, great effort by that defense, not quitting on the play.
And offenses nowadays, they're really just counting numbers. How many guys do you have out wide? How many guys do I have out wide? If I have enough guys to block your guys, boom, it's just built into the offense. Pitch, catch, let me get a few yards.
Wants to throw. It's Fowler Nicolosi. Setting up the screen. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period. Guys, we've reached the end of the quarter. Georgia Southern has the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. They've switched into the field, and we're ready to get things started here in the second. The Rams will send out the punt unit. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. He'll call for the fair catch here. Georgia Southern has it back, and here comes the offense again. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of bounce, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Pollard.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
Setting up for a 1st and 10 from the 26.
Well, this is one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football, and that's why the option's a good idea, because if he can get out in space and he has a chance to get downfield, he is really difficult to tackle, and he's very difficult to catch. As you saw in that last play, getting a first down.
Grab behind the line. It's Burgess. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds. And now on 2nd down for this offense. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. David, given the fact that you are a devoted helmet head, I'm not sure that you're aware there are a lot of other festivities around the bowl game. Did you ever experience any of that?
Of course I'm a helmet head. Yeah, spot on. Agree with that. But here's the thing. We did a meat-eating contest at the Outback.
And the quarterback is snowed under.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You can tell defense was not buying it. Got in the backfield, got the big play.
He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You've got to be able to make that play.
Trying to pick up the first out of the backfield. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Georgia Southern.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. These running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy showed you right there a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Makes the grab outside. It's Horton. And he unleashed the RPMs on that pass. Man, this sophomore has an arm. Receivers work tirelessly, tapping that toe along the sideline, and it just looks so natural for him.
Yeah, it can't just be pat and go all the time, right? Where he's just jogging down the field, ball hits you right in stride. You got to be able to make awkward body catches and do it getting your feet in bounds. That was sweet.
Snagged on the outside, it's Horton. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. Back to throw, it's Fowler Nicolosi. Got him downfield. He's off to the races. The 30, the 20. He's at the 10. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Rams.
And unbelievable timing with the quarterback and wide receiver. Get it to him in his hands, right on his frame where he can run after the catch and do some serious damage.
And that's why he's so dangerous, because of that ability after the catch. For these DBs in this game, you've got to tackle the reception, because if you don't get him down, he's taking it to the house.
And he makes the extra point. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Georgia Southern has it back, ready to go to work on offense. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line. After the 9-yard pickup on first down, here's 2nd and 1. He's looking to throw. Grabbed over the middle. It's White. Running wide open down the gut of the field. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia Southern.
If I'm a play caller nowadays, man, I want more guys like this. Just versatility. You can see he can catch it out of the backfield like a wide receiver, or he can run it. Nice job catching the football with his hands, using his speed to do the rest and get into the end zone.
The returner will field it and try to do some business. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Guys, we'll have another peek at this Rams offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. He's looking to throw it. He looks that one in nicely. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down. Back to throw. It's Fowler Nicolosi. Lost one deep down the right side. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. 3rd and short now from their own 48. They'll try to get it through the air. Gets it out fast. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. They'll rush to the line. Clock stop for the first down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock. Fires to the wideout. A beautifully placed ball to the outside, and the toe drag for the big pickup. And after that pitch and catch, he's already over 200 yards, and we're in the first half, Jesse.
Man, Reese, he's dialed in right now. He's really doing a nice job seeing the field, reading coverages, and finding his open guy.
And the Rams getting set on 1st and 10. Looking to throw it again. It's on target and complete. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down. Down to the 18-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
Going to work on 2nd down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. He's looking to throw. It's complete. Takes it to the house. Touchdown, Colorado State.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. got this. The comeback's in full effect.
Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Georgia Southern has it back, and here comes the offense again. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a first down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate. I'd be throwing for a first down. If I get it, then it's pedal to the metal. I'm in that 2-minute mode to try to score a touchdown or get a field.
But I do think this is a situation where you also have to understand that I have the lead. I'm going into the half. I've got the momentum, so don't do anything stupid here.
The throw. Makes the catch. It's Cobb. The offense will have to use its first time out of the half. After that last completion, it's second down. He's looking to throw. Trying to get to it. The Eagles get enough for the first down. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. Now they'll try to cash in this drive. First and 10 from the 50. They get to him as he throws. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Well, on offense, no doubt, right? You've had success. You're throwing some tutties. Why not keep throwing it? They're going to keep being aggressive. You're going to have to do a better job, though, keeping this quarterback standing up.
Got it in the middle. It's Cobb. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down. One more snap coming before juice boxes and orange slices. On the run, fires downfield. Complete to the right. Big gainer there that'll look good in the stat column, but not quite enough to put any points on the board before time expires here in the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Reese, hard not to enjoy the pageantry and the meaning of this great game. And, of course, it helps to have had ourselves an eventful first half in the Armed Forces Bowl.
Second half all teed up, and Georgia Southern will start it with the kickoff. Coming out with it, it's Ross. He stopped at the 23, a couple of yards short of where he would have been with a touchback. Colorado State takes over the Ram. Offense returns to the field. And they're trailing on the scoreboard right now, but they are very much in the mix to finish this season with a bowl win.
Yeah, and I think you look at bowl games, sometimes there's a little bit of rust in the first half. And that's what you talk about at halftime. Now, we get the ball, we're down. Let's go make a statement to start this second half. We're here, we're ready, we're going to do some damage.
And here's the thing. They're in this bowl game because they're explosive on offense. It takes only one play. There's still lots of football left to be played. If they get this confidence going, they get into a rhythm, watch out.
They'll try to bully their way for the first. Is that stiff arm even a human arm? It looks like some type of steel bludgeoning device on his way to a first down. The Rams want to move quickly. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. After losing a couple on that last play, here's second and 12. Scanning the field, it's Fowler DeColosi. He's got it. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep him from getting the first down.
And listen, you get zone coverage, and you can hit that curl route when it comes open continually. Keep hitting it. This might be a play to come back to.
They'll throw it on first down. Finds a soft spot in the middle. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down.
QBs, when you see zone coverage, man, can you manipulate defense when you have a good pocket and you've got time to throw. You got a little bit of time to throw. You can move guys with your eyes. That drag comes wide open. Good throw, good catch, first down.
Defense in press coverage. The give to the single back. Crosses the 30, he's got a lane. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Let's it fly. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's second down. After the quarterback and receiver couldn't connect, it's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Got his man on the right. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. On 3rd and short, the run and looking for the 1st down. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Colorado State. They just took the air out of that thing. That might be an understatement. They took the ball away and just wore down, just grinded away at that defense.
It took a lot of time off the clock in the process as well. I'm impressed with the physicality up front of this offense, because that's where it all starts. If you're going to march the ball down the field like they just did, you've got to be dominating in the trenches, and they are doing that in this game right now.
And after that extra point, we have a tie ball game in the 3rd quarter. They march 78 yards down the field, and the capper on that drive, the 10-yard touchdown run. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Georgia Southern has it back, ready to go to work on offense. They'll throw it on 1st down. Got it in the middle. It's Sanders.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You can tell they were, and that's why they got the 1st down.
And the Eagles get it past the sticks.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the 1st down.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Here comes the option. Hard running there. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense. Understand, listen, that QB is a threat. And they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in. He got that sucker.
Williams will pass. He's got the back in the middle. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered to pick up the 1st. It'll be a run on 3rd and short. And they'll pick up the 1st down and mark it at the 47.
Yeah, a nice job dialing up that short yardage situation play call there, David. They needed 1 yard. Picked up 2.
Great job up front. Great job by the back knowing where they need to go. Nice having a hole you can get through and not have to just do it all on your own.
Well, I know that one fell incomplete, but what a day this guy's had throwing the football. Multiple touchdowns, and he's done a really nice job with his decision-making. Hasn't thrown any picks, which has really helped keep this offense on schedule.
Got it behind the line. It's Burgess. Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the 1st down. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. It's caught. Oh, he ruins the big gator with a fumble. Oh, it looks as if the defense got it. And he's brought down in this. Gets the ball back for its own. The coach wants the officials to have another look at the monitor. Using a timeout here, thinks the call is going to end up going his way. Might have to give that coach a flag and a whistle. He was right on in his view of the play, and the officials agree and overturn the call. Georgia Southern really efficient on offense. Going up top on 1st down. Fires into the end zone. And the ball is picked off.
When you get in the red zone, you can see as a defense, you get into your drops really quickly and you get your eyes on the quarterback. You try to read his eyes and break on the football. It's such tight windows to throw in. Great job by the defender breaking on the ball, creating the interception.
Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22. And the Rams come to the line in the hurry up. Catch in the middle, it's Horton. He's loose. He's at the 30. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Colorado State. And with that one, they jump on top here in the 2nd half.
And it's not an accident. They're featuring this guy. His 2nd receiving touchdown of the game. That's your job as a coach. Find my playmakers, get them the ball so they can do damage and have games like this right here.
And the kick is good, but there is a penalty flag because he paid for making that kick. I think they're going to get him for roughing the kicker. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The kickoff team on the field, he ought to just boom this thing through the end zone with that extra 15 yards on the penalty. No shot at a return. It's out of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Line gets set, first down. Holden finds his man on the left. And they'll drag him down. That's likely the last play of the third quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Colorado State is on top. They've done the work to build a nice cushion. Now to bring it home as we check out the stats after 3 quarters. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. Offense gets set for second down. Pulls and fires complete. They'll mark him down at the 40 after ripping off 10. Now from the 40, it's first and 10. Williams looking for a man. Pocket starts to collapse. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. A first down sack can wreck a drive. Let's see what they've got on second and 14. He's looking to throw. Going to try to pop one on the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on third and long. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
After that incompletion, fourth and long now on your own side of the field, you're trailing in the fourth quarter. What's your go-to play call here in the passing game? Where is the matchup that you trust in to come up with a big one to give yourself a chance to stay alive and win this game?
Not much of a fourth down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that fourth down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
He'll just keep slinging it. Makes the grab. It's Cobb. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. The Eagles come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Got his man. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible. And sometimes it doesn't work in the running game. But I can throw it to them. I can try to create some space out wide. Dump it.
Headed to the end zone. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Eagles. Up for the PAT. And that extra point was good, and we are deadlocked here in the fourth. They marched 79 yards on the drive, and it was capped off with an impressive 16-yard run for the score. On the move from inside his 5. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. We will see what this Colorado State offense can get done this time. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
It's a nice job running the in route there by the receiver. And the best thing he did after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away. He actually attacked the football. That's a good lesson for young receivers out there.
Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. You know this sophomore has a big arm, and there were some revolutions on that one.
Well, that's another completion. This quarterback's on fire. I get it. He's thrown for over 200 yards in this game, but it's because he's got people helping him out. How about that incredible incredible job diving out, stretching out, and hauling that pass in. Quarterbacks love it when they don't have to be perfect every time they throw the football. And this group of receivers, they are helping out their QB.
A shot for the end zone. And this will be picked off. A costly turnover in a tie game. First down here for the offense. He wants to throw. Fires toward the target. He's got it. Looking for more room. Past the 20. Touchdown, Eagles. They move on top here in the fourth.
Man, how about this offense in crunch time, doing what they do, getting 6 on the board. Now I turn to my defense right now and say, boys, we need one more stop. Go out there, get me one more.
Setting up for the PAT, and when he gets this late, every point matters. The extra point is good, and now in the fourth, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinator. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Guys, we'll have another peek at this Rams offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Looking to move it through the air. Makes the grab. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the first down. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. To throw, it's Fowler Nicolosi.
Yeah, when you get in the 2-minute drill, you don't got to get it all at once. Still got time on the clock. Got to get these first downs. Use the stoppage of the clock to your advantage.
The Rams want to crank the tempo. They keep attacking through the air. Looking deep down the right side. And he pulls it in at the 15. The offense gets a quick timeout. At this point, every second is precious. In search of that tying touchdown. They've moved the chains a couple of times. It's 1st and 10 again. Unleashes to the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Rams.
And great job executing. The offense did what they needed to do. You got somewhat of a decision here. Do you want to kick it, tie it up? I think you do with this time frame. 1 to 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. You probably want to do that, but you could push the envelope. You could go for 2 and try to take the lead.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And he winds up right where he would have on the touchback. Goes out of bounds at the 25. Georgia Southern has it back, and here comes the offense again. A pretty good bit of ground to cover here, Jesse, but they've got some time to work with.
They do, so tempo is going to be important. You got to go fast. You just got to make good decisions at the quarterback position.
And those good decisions are throwing the ball beyond the sticks, using the sidelines to get out of bounds, try to maximize this time and get in a position to win.
This time on target. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throwing catch. Quick release on the RPO. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. After a good pickup on the run, it's 2nd down. Williams will pass. Unloads to the right. Makes a connection. Timeout called by the offense. Clock stopped with 21 seconds left. And at this point, the defense looks as if they've been in one of those dizzy bat races. They've got no idea where the ball's coming from. He's over 500 yards passing.
Yeah, this is a Heisman Trophy level performance from this guy. The accuracy, the decision-making, the athleticism, everything has been on display.
Here they come on 2nd and 10 from the 47 after the incompletion. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Wide open, he makes the catch. Touchdown, Eagles! And in the final moments, they've taken the lead.
And that is exactly what you want from this offense. Take almost all the clock, execute, and now go out and take a lead by a touchdown. Great, flawless execution by this offense.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. The extra point is good, and now in the fourth, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. And they finished it with an explosive play in the passing game, scoring from 47 yards out. And he'll bring it back. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. Trying to find his man on first down. A deep throw as the clock winds down. Ball's incomplete. They fought to the final whistle, but that's going to do it. Winning can become a habit. Now they've won back-to-back games and probably building a little confidence from there.
Yeah, and you want it to be a habit. That's what you talk about as a coach week after week. Let's build. Let's create momentum and continue to build on it. Continue, and then you look up at the end of the season, you never know where you could be, what dreams you could bring to reality.
At the end of the day, I think good teams find ways to win games. And over these last 2 games, it hasn't always been easy. They've had to overcome some adversity, but at the end of the day, they were able to step up, make the plays necessary, and do that. Very, very impressive.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.